Hey, I'm Tori from Tori Lynn Fitness and creator of the Strong Her workout program. But I'm going to be sharing something a little bit different this month, and I'm going to be talking about friendships and how to grow friendships and how to make friends and how to cultivate and get those deep, lifelong, lasting friendships because we all long for those deep connections. And whether you think you do or not, we're all looking for somebody else who's looking for us. And so I want to just share some things that I've learned or that have really helped me make those deep, meaningful friendships. I truly feel like we're all longing for those deep friendships and those deep connections, but I feel like in this day and age, it's so hard to cultivate those and create those and strengthen them because we're so busy going from here to there and we only have time to chat with somebody like in passing, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm great. And there's no like deep connection in there. So a couple things that I've learned is number one, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, great things happen beyond your comfort zone, but it's really true. And it's true not just with like fitness and working out and training and all that, but also with friendships. If we're not stepping outside of our comfort zones, we don't know what's beyond that little bubble that we're in. So for me, moving was a huge stepping out of my comfort zone because we moved across the state, brand new city, didn't know a single soul here, and it really pushed me and challenged me to step outside my comfort zone if I wanted to make friends, and I really did. Now, I'm not saying go and move, like, because that's going to push you out of your comfort zone to meet new people, but what I am saying is, maybe try a new moms group. Maybe there's one in your city or your town that you're just like, I'm not sure, like I'm nervous. Maybe stepping outside of your box and going to that moms group. Or I know there's like running groups in our area, and maybe you can try that and get in a running group. There's all kinds of different groups that maybe that would be stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying something new. That kind of leads me to my next point, and that sometimes we have to be a friend to make friends. And what I mean by that is we can't sit back and just expect or wait for somebody to invite us somewhere or wait for that person to call us or text us or wait. I mean, this sounds like dating. Like sometimes we have to be the one to take initiative and kind of maybe be annoying and invite that person that maybe you felt a connection with, or maybe that you're like, I want to be friends with them, and inviting them over to your house or going to coffee or to a girls' night, which I'll get to that in a second. But maybe you're the one that has to take that first step or to invite them or to say, hey, let's hang out. I know that may sound a little bit harder for somebody who's an introvert or maybe like quiet and shy, but maybe that person that you've connected with or you feel like you have like a casual friendship with is waiting for you to invite them somewhere. So, and then you guys are both sitting there waiting for each other. So take that step. One, get out of your comfort zone, and two, be a friend of somebody else. Invite them to the park, invite them to coffee, whatever it is that you're doing that you're like, hey, maybe I should reach out to this person and see, like, do they want to come along? Or hey, can I pick you something up at the store? Or something like that. Just be a friend first. Now, this brings me to something else that's really helped strengthen and deepen my friendships because it allowed us more time to talk, which as women, that's what we like to do. And that's to host a girls' night. Now, what does a girls' night look like? What does it entail? A group of friends and I decided, okay, once a month on, say, the second Tuesday of the month, that will be our standing girls' night. So we knew at 7:30 on a second Tuesday of the month that would be our time we block off, that we would get together at somebody's house and hang out. You can wear your pajamas, you can wear however you want to do it. We would always be comfortable. And then we get together and just talk, because that's what women like to do. We like to talk. But that's how you deepen those friends. Now, yes, things come up and kids get sick or husbands are traveling and we can't come sometimes. And that's okay. But we knew the second Tuesday of the month, that would be our girls' night. And then we really would just open up and share. And honestly, sometimes we would talk till like 1 o'clock in the morning because that was the only time that we got uninterrupted, like with no kids pulling at us. And when you go to a park and your kid's coming up to you every 2 seconds and you're trying to talk to an adult and you want to be engaged with your child, but you're like, oh, I'm trying to like make friends here. Well, this was a way for us to make friends and to talk and to open up and share without being interrupted by our children, and because they were all sleeping. And then you can do this girls' night however it fits you and your group of friends. For us, we kind of take turns hosting. I don't host as much because I have older kids and they're up and they're just like blah, 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 running around. But there are a couple girls who have kids that go to bed by 7, and then we all get there by 7:30. Her kids are sleeping. We bring like a little appetizer and just hang out, and we just talk, and pretty much in our pajamas or in like comfy clothes. And that's what works for us. But you find what works for you and your friends, and then just find some people, like 4 or 5 girls that you can just get together with and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have a standing date the once a month or twice a month if you can, and we're going to get together and we're just going to talk and hang out. Another thing that helps deepen and strengthen those friendships is being vulnerable. And that is a scary word because it opens us up to being hurt or the potential of being hurt. But you will not get deeper. You will not strengthen friendships. You won't get to know, like truly know somebody unless you open up and share. So for me and my girls' night, like that's what we do. Yes, there's chit chat. Yes, there's goofing around. Yes, there's being funny and silly. But then we get deep and we open up and we share things, and maybe someone's going through a hard time and they just open up and pour their heart out, and then we can pray for them and be there for them and think about them or ask them like, how can I help you this week? How can I help make this situation you're going through better? And if it's nothing you can do, then it can just be prayer. But at least it's comforting to know that you have friends and people around you praying for you and what you're going through. Now, not every time we get together is like deep and crying and, emotional, but a lot of the times we do. We have hard things that we're going through. And so having that safe place that we know that these girls will not gossip, will not share with anyone else, and that I can trust them is so comforting to be able to share like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, and can you pray for me? And just like anything, it's gonna take time to build these relationships and to deepen these friendships, because the first time you get together, you're not just gonna be vulnerable and spilling everything out. You're just getting to know each other. So you're gonna just have that small talk and chit chat and ask them, about their life and things about them to get to know them. But over time, you will start to deepen those friendships and people will start to open up, and you'll be able to start to form that sisterhood and that bond and that connection. Now, here's my last tip, and that's to be yourself, and the right people will come. Don't try and be somebody else. Don't try and fake it. Don't put on a mask. If you feel like you have to do those things to fit in with a certain crowd or certain people, those might not be your people. So be yourself, and the people that are supposed to be in your life will love you and accept you, flaws and all. I know that my friends love me and accept my flaws, and I accept their flaws and I love them. And no friendship, no relationship is going to be perfect. However, when you're being yourself and being true to yourself, those right people will be drawn to you, and God will place the right people in your life that need to be in your life at that time. One thing I've learned is friends come and go, but there will always be those who are there for a season, there for a reason, or there for a lifetime. So maybe someone's in your life right now for a reason, maybe someone's there right now for a season, or maybe someone's there in your life that will be there for a lifetime. Just be yourself, and you will find so much freedom and joy in your friendships because you are being who God created you to be, and those right people will be there right alongside of you. All right, that's it for part 1 of this 3-part friendship series. The next part 2, I'm going to be talking to some of my friends and just asking them, what they look for in a friend or how they deepen and strengthen their friendships, and just get some other voices and other opinions and other thoughts on friendship. So we'll see you in part 2.